There we go. We're on again.
Hi, Lauren. How are you doing?
I'm doing good today.
I'm doing very good.
Yeah.
Coffee's delicious again.
Thank you.
You really
Thank
know
you.
how to make a
We're gonna
good
have to get another batch pretty soon, but yeah, this is good.
All right.
This is good. You shared an email with me the other day from a film director,
Yes.
producer,
A famous film director.
in Pittsburgh,
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, and he actually likes our show. Ted Knight.
Ted Knight.
Ted Knight. I was mixing him up with Ted Knight.
Very nice man. Very good man. Very creative and great artist. I mean,
yeah, artist
as well as a cinematographic genius.
Well, one of the things he mentioned was he watched one of our videos, and then he also mentioned that he really liked the story about you meeting the goddess Athena. And I remember that story too. It was about your lost walking stick.
My lost stick in the woods.
So
yeah.
that was a good story.
Yeah. Well, you know, I have another goddess story. It's not quite as touching as the Athena goddess, but you know, we live in a god-haunted world, and the goddesses are around. I have discovered that they're with us. They're very playful.
I got my own personal goddess right over there.
Oh yeah, we hear her voice. We hear her voice coming
from the heavens.
Yes, from the heavens. Well, I'll tell you the story of Diana.
Diana,
the goddess of the hunt.
Oh, okay, the huntress.
The huntress. Well, one day I was driving my wife to work. She worked in a private bank down in Philadelphia, and then I worked in Chestnut Hill, which is a little village just on the edge of Philadelphia.
I've heard of that.
A lovely place.
There are a lot of chestnut trees there, I betcha.
Right, yeah, it's right along the Wissahickon where there's lots of forest. And
okay.
So it's a lovely place. Well, anyway, I was supposed to have breakfast with my wife. We were going to park the car, go to one of those lovely breakfast places in downtown Philadelphia, and I brought coins with me to put in the meter, and I put all my coins in the meter, and I got out, and then I looked, and right above the meter it said tow away zone from 7 to 9 a.m. So even though I had all my money in the meter, I was still in danger of being towed away because I was in a tow-away zone. So I was angry, and my wife was sad, and I got in the car, and I'm just blazing away at the nature of things, and I drive on up to Chestnut Hill.
All your coins are gone.
I have no more money. Can't get a parking space now. So, if you know Philadelphia, there's a lovely road called the Wissahickon Drive, and it's right along the river, and it leads you straight into Chestnut Hill, Germantown, and Chestnut Hill, and that's a lovely place. And all the buildings were made back in the 20s, and they were designed as if Chestnut Hill was an English or French village.
Oh, how nice!
It is a lovely place. It's worth a trip to Philadelphia just to see Chestnut.
Okay.
So I have a particular penchant for Baroque opera.
You have a penchant for penchant words. That sounds risque.
Yeah, it's French. It's got to be risque.
Okay, go ahead.
They don't have any other words. So but it is an English opera, not a French opera. And I'm listening to Dido and Aeneas by Purcell. And it's a short opera, and it's lovely. It's truly lovely. And I'm tootling around, and I get to Chestnut Hill, and I'm among the villages. I've got about an hour. I'm an hour ahead of time, so I don't have to go to work directly. And I'm listening to the opera. And there's a part in the opera where Dido and Aeneas are out hunting. And they come into a beautiful grotto. And he says, this is where Diana would bathe. And they start singing. The chorus and everyone is singing about Diana meeting with her nymphs there and being seen by Actaeon. Now, do you know the story of Actaeon and Diana? I'll just do
Actaeon.
Actaeon.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I was thinking of another Diana chaser, but I was thinking about the Artemis thing.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry.
I see.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not being very clear.
No, you are. You are.
But the idea is that Diana's bathing in the grotto, and her nymphs are around. And then Actaeon, who's out hunting, bumbles into the grotto and sees her bathing. And she curses him. And she turns him into a stag, and his dogs hunt him down.
Ah,
And so they're singing about, here Diana comes to bathe. Off she comes to this lone mountain. Off she bathes her in this fountain. Here Actaeon met his fate. Here Actaeon met his fate. Discovered too late, mortal wounds. Here Actaeon met his fate. And at that moment, when I hear Actaeon met his fate for the last time, a 4-point buck jumps over the garden wall and lands right in front of my car. And I put on the brakes, and he looks at me. I look at him. He stands there, and then he just takes off down the cobblestones.
did you recognize him as Actaeon?
Oh, absolutely. He was Actaeon. I looked around for Diana, but fortunately she had covered herself.
Yeah.
It was invisible.
Yeah,
So,
or unfortunately.
yeah. Well, seeing her might be bliss for 5 seconds, but
Yeah.
after that you're cursed.
Oh yeah, you want to take that kind of a
You'll be-
chance.
yeah, you don't. So anyway, that was my story of the goddess. That was as close as I had come to one of the Olympians until Athena met me on the rails to trails.
Well, that's two goddesses. Probably more than most people have
I know.
met.
I know. It's I live a rich and blessed life, I think.
Well, yeah, you do. All right,
All
Blair.
right. Well, that's
all
my
set?
story. I'm
That's
sticking to it.
That's a good story. All right, we'll see you again, folks.
Bye.
Bye.